Simon Lugassi.
You're
yes.
not Jewish. You're an Italian Jew.
No.
You're an Italian Jew. You're a, tell me the truth.
Born in Israel.
Born in Israel.
I left Israel when I was about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
And I've been Canadian American all these years.
Canadian American. Which one are you?
Torontonian.
Torontonian.
Yes.
Nice segue. Nice segue. Original Toronto. How'd you come up with that name?
Well, Original is actually the building that we have on Queen Street. Was Original Furniture Company.
Right.
And it was owned by a Jewish family from, I don't know, 1900s. And they've been around for forever. When we bought the building from them, we saw the original sign on the actual ground.
So the original sign said what?
It says Original, exactly how the
Just
logo is.
original.
Yes. And Eden, the sign on top of the building that was hidden behind was also Original. And when we put it back together and we put it exactly what it was like back then, we brought that original back name to life.
So this is very organic. This is very organic. It's very authentic. Not to use Israel as the springboard here, because those were your formative years.
Yes.
What do you suppose growing up in that land did to your psyche, and I guess more appropriately, how did it inform your sensibility? Because you still look like you carry a little bit of that, probably a lot of that.
Well, you know, it's like this. It's the fact is that you're coming from a place like Israel that makes you special.
Right.
Meaning there is something energetic inside you that makes you want to succeed in certain ways.
What is that? That's very interesting. What is that?
You know, when I see an immigrant come to Canada, and they have nothing, they come with nothing.
Right.
And the next thing you know, they have everything.
Right.
And the reason is because they see possibilities. They see things. They're willing to work harder.
I would be gravely remiss if I did not mention your wife right now, because she's not only your partner, but one might say the emotional, spiritual, right, facet of your operation. Would you agree?
Yes. My wife, when I first met her, we were very young, and she...
Donna Saslov, right?
Donna Saslov.
As people know here in Toronto. But there's a great story here because she did catch your eye, and she caught your eye in a very unlikely place, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that for a second.
Well, I was working in Los Angeles, and I came home for some air. You need to come home for air when you live in Los Angeles. And I was with a friend of mine, and he was about to tell me that he's gay. And he took me to this club, and I sat with him. It's like I didn't know he was gay. I always knew he was gay, but we never really talked about it. And I saw her, and I saw her from far away, and she saw me. And it was a love at first sight, you might have to say. And from then on, I can't believe I actually met a Jewish girl in a gay bar.
Let me understand this. So, Simon, how far are you away from her? Like, you actually, like at the movies, you see her across the room?
Yes.
You see her across the room?
Across the room.
And what are you thinking as soon as you see her? Be honest. So you're attracted to her physically, because you don't know her.
No.
So you're attracted to her physically?
Yes.
Or is there something in her aura? Like, is it something you can't explain? How do you explain it?
You can't explain it. The clothing that she had, her hair, the way it was put together, it was, to me, it's like when I see someone that's like as special as that, and meaning not in a way of saying, wow, she's a hot woman. It was more about, this is the kind of woman you want.
Okay, so it's like a magnet, right?
It's a magnet.
So she gets you, she pulls you towards her.
Yes.
Then you get closer to her, because I'm really interested. You get closer to her and you start talking.
Yes.
Conversing. So then what happens when you start conversing with her? You start to find out what about her that you really like. Like, what is it about her?
Well, I kind of liked the way that she was looking at me. And I kind of liked the way that she had a lot of class. And she wasn't the kind of girl you want to just, you know, this is the kind of girl you want to show to your parents.
It's a family show,
and especially when she tells me that she's Jewish, and she's looking at me and she can't believe that I'm Jewish. So it created this wow.
Would you have married someone who wasn't Jewish?
Probably not.
Why?
But I probably would. But I'm saying probably not because I'm today. I'm not from back then. Back then I would probably say maybe, but right now I would say no.
So why has that changed?
Because I know for a fact is that it makes it that much more easier, and it makes it a lot easier life when you have someone who is Jewish.
Yeah, is it only that? It sounds like your Jewish identity has become more important to you too.
It's important to me. It's really important to me.
Yeah, and that's really gotten stronger over the years.
Yes.
Why does that seem to intensify with Jewish people as they get older? They start to tap more into their faith, their culture, their religion. Like why? What is with that evolution, do you think?
Seriously?
Or is it just maturity?
Ieden, I have to tell you, it's somewhat of a shtick that we have to get along with the next person forever. And we have so much shtick. We're blessed with a lot of shtick.
A lot of shtick.
So seriously, if you're looking at that person and it looks like the kind of person you want to walk around with when you're 90 years old, holding hands, you both have to have shtick.
True.
Otherwise, who you married to, you don't know what. It's just not the same kind of thing.
True. So not to get ourselves off track, let's come back. Okay, we want to come back to Donna. So Donna is great at what she does. And what do you suppose makes her so great at fashion?
You know, there's God-given talents that you get.
Yes, and what does she have?
And her talent is colors. She sees colors, she sees clothing, she sees body movements, she sees all that.
And she sees it quickly, too.
And she sees it very, very fast. Like if we're at the shows in Paris or New York, she'd be sitting right next to the designer who actually makes that whole show happen because they know Donna.
You never get jaded or cynical or negative thinking, why the hell am I doing this?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day. That's part of being a retailer.
So what keeps you doing this with such passion?
You know, seriously, it's about what talents you get, Ieden, the talent that you have.
What talent do you have? What is your greatest talent, Simon? Your greatest talent. I know it's not easy to talk about yourself. What is God's greatest gift to you?
I think that I know what people think.
Intuition?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? You think that's your greatest gift?
Yeah, like I can tell you which dress you're going to buy.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying 100 dresses, I will tell you which one you're going to buy, and I will write it down, and then by the time you're done, I will show you.
So you're telling me, Simon, if I walk into your store, and you got a whole rack of ties, you're going to tell me that I'm going to end up with this peach, this weird-looking tie?
Yeah.
You would know?
Yeah, I would know.
And what do you attribute that to? Was your mother
Because
like
I can tell,
no,
I just, you know what it is? It's like when you see someone...
I think it's a vibration.
Maybe. I think when someone puts on something and they look at themselves in the mirror a certain way and they position their bodies a certain way, the body tells you which dress they like. Their whole attitude tells you which dress they like. And they can try on more dresses, but you know which one is the one.
So more than intuition, this is observation. You really watch people carefully.
Yeah.
Now, something that fascinates me about you is that you really are the consummate artist. Like, you started out acting.
Yes.
And so you have kind of the mind and sensibility of an artist.
Yes.
But you also have the other side of the brain, which is you're not too bad with numbers in business.
No, that's...
So I'm curious how you jump back and forth, because you know humans tend to be predominant in one area. You know that, right? Survival,
it's about surviving. It's about making sure that when your lease runs out, your landlord is not going to give you some rent amounts that you can't afford to survive. So what do? You purchase the building. Now you're the landlord. That means you're going to stay there forever.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Right.
My best to Donna. I just wish you and Donna and the whole family at Original Toronto a world of success and good health. And you'll come back. Would you come back? Because we didn't really get a chance to touch on something.
Are you kidding me? Next time I'm going to get dressed for this.
Yeah, by the way, you weren't exactly coming to a family barbecue. What's going on here? I have to wear a tie, and you. It's great. It was great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I wish you great success.
Pleasure.
There we go. There is Simon Lugassi. He's not Italian. He's Jewish, for the record. A nice Jewish boy. We'll be right back right after this on Jexperts. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be right back. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.